Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We have tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty people, it looks like we are live. Welcome to Satoshi TV, aka Bitcoin SV TV, but really it's just Bitcoin TV. Today's day is Saturday the 26th of June 2021. Let's jump straight into it. So a few exciting bits to get through today. Yes indeed, never a dull moment in crypto. Check this out. So this was a post by Cobra Bitcoin just earlier today, where he said, I will be attending a UK High Court hearing on Monday for hosting the Bitcoin white paper. The judge will decide whether to order me to take it down. If you want to attend, it's through MS Teams, that's Microsoft Teams. Information is available on the official court website. Wow, I mean, how exciting is that? Seriously, I mean, we know what the outcome is very likely to be, and you can see that in the short positions that we looked at on the chart show earlier, but worth looking at again just because I'm thinking, you know, something like this could do with being taken advantage of. Do you know what I mean? Just get a few more Bitcoin in the old back pocket. Why not? By trading it. I mean, look at the short positions here. So previously, just before the this previous massive dump, it was at 34%. And look at this. It's shot from... When did it start moving? All right, there we go. So it's shot from 4.1%. So look at that. It's rocketed to like 32. And it's still now at 32% short positions. That's massive. Yeah, these guys know. Traders don't care about anybody but themselves. That's the only people that they're out for. So, yeah, watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be very interesting indeed. And I was also listening to this earlier. So obviously can't play the clip here, but I've got YouTube lined up already. So have a listen to Craig here, explaining what he designed Bitcoin for and what Bitcoin is. Just because I had another realization about this when I was listening to him. Have a listen to this.
Okay, Craig, what's your reaction to those comments, in particular Nouriel's, indication that he believes we need to separate, for example, data, the value of data, from, technology services?
Well, first of all, I'm just going to add something else, which is
You keep calling it crypto. There's no cryptography in Bitcoin. A hashing algorithm, ECDSA, these are cryptographic primitives. They can be used in the creation of cryptography. It is a perfect ledger that can't be altered. That's completely different. The integrity, the availability is there, not the confidentiality. That can be done separately. So let's get rid of both currency and crypto. It's not crypto. Bitcoin was never designed to be crypto. So, and
What was it designed to be?
digital cash, small, fast, cheap. Now you're saying Square, you're saying all these other things. They cost 30 cents or more a transaction. We can do 100,000th of a cent in time. That's innovation. It was never designed to be a 30. If you sell something and your fees are 30 cents, you can't sell something for 5 cents. Full stop. Even $1 doesn't work. 30% of your profit goes to Visa, MasterCard, Square. When 0.00001% of your profit goes to the payment system, then it works. And no one cares about volatility if your cost per transaction is 1,000th of a cent. You're going to sit there and go, oh, I bought a cent worth of this stuff and I've gained 0.02 of a cent today. Yay, I'm going to retire. I mean, think about that. That's where you don't care. When it's small, fast transactions. That's the point of what I damn well created this thing for. So, no, for Nassim Smith, I hate the cults. One of the things that annoyed me most, apart from the drug dealers getting in, was the Church of Satoshi. I mean, I used to be a bloody pastor. I mean, I'm not a good one. I didn't stand in front of people terribly well and do that stuff. I helped run a church bank, and I did treasury, and I did the stuff that made sure that the home loans got out to the pastors and that they could pay their bills, which we serve in our own way. But so to come up with all this other BS and baptizing people, no, I hate it. But it's very simple. It's a payment system. And the thing is, you pay a little bit more, and instead of a 10,000th of a cent, we make it down to a 500th of a cent, and central banks can put out their currency and peg it to US dollars, and peg it to euros, and Swiss francs, and Zimbabwe, and God knows what they've got this week. And away you go.
There we go. I mean, it just made me realise. So when he was talking about Bitcoin being a cash system, it's a way of sending payments. So I was thinking, it may well only be for like small payments, but still, if people want to use it, as money, then those fluctuations, make a big difference. But what he's actually designed is a transfer network. So what he's basically saying is you can build all the world's fiat currencies on top of his network, and you can transfer digital currencies, central bank digital currencies, or even fiat currencies, whatever you want, any thing of value you can move on the Bitcoin network for literally like 10 thousandths, thousandths of a cent, whatever it was he was talking about there. That's what Bitcoin is. Like, it's just absolutely amazing. So literally, yeah, it is a transferable network, for micropayments that you can transfer anything on, and that includes payments. So Visa and MasterCard moving fiat currencies around. You're paying, 1%, 2% of the transaction fee to them because their network is so slow and cumbersome and they need to make a profit. Whereas now you can just simply move all of that onto the Bitcoin network. So Bitcoin might go up and down in price, but that's, it's a commodity. Commodities prices do fluctuate, just like gold fluctuates. But you don't necessarily have to always be transferring Bitcoin. You just simply use Bitcoin to make the transfer. Then if you're only paying micro payments in that transfer, it's negligible. Like, it's just absolutely phenomenal. But as Bitcoin obviously rockets in price and more people start to use it, the price does become more and more stable. Just as it does on the Forex. It's just absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I love Bitcoin. Shout out to Keith Fellows in the chat box. Thank you very much for joining me. Right, so next, here we go. So I've just been looking at this. CoinGeek, so a future of trading in digital assets takes center stage at CoinGeek Zurich. Obviously I haven't seen this bit yet, so I'm quite curious about reading this. Here we go. So as I've just mentioned the title, Ella Ziyang, South Sea Asia manager at Bitcoin Association, moderated the CoinGeek Zurich conference session on the future of trading and digital assets, bringing together executives from some of the leading digital asset companies to ask their thoughts on digital assets and the future of the market. Armen Azatayan, CEO and co-founder of TDXP, said the DNA for TDXP platform is aligned to the values of Bitcoin itself. It aims to cure mercantilism and the addiction to power and money. Businesses start with good things in mind, but as they grow big, this changes as they become cash cows, shifting their focus to be more profit rather than goal orientated. A blockchain native business cannot change its values when it grows big. That's a good point, very good point. As a result, TDXP is preparing to launch a loyalty program correlated to the number of traders using the platform. The larger they grow, the more profit they will share with customers. Wow, that's an awesome idea. Jacob Salk, president of BitcoinSV.exchange, said his new exchange was a full-service operator enabling trading and tokenization of any security on the BSV blockchain. The platform supports all BSV tokens and is shaping up for a full launch at the end of June. Partnering with Tokenized as the underpinning platform, its main goal is to create a level and transparent platform for real-time settlement. Salk said the platform can already process 1 million trades a second, wow, with aims to process up to 5 million a second. Notably, he said the BSV protocol was the optimum choice for any exchange as a high-speed network with low transaction costs, as well as its heavily underutilized network. With the tokenized protocol built on BSV blockchain in the first instance, he said this makes for a digital solution for his business. Salk said asset markets are broken in their present form, but putting these markets on the blockchain, these issues are readily rectified. Posting public trading information so people can see the efficiency of the platform is one amongst many of the benefits of using blockchain here, both for institutional and retail investors. Daniel Swaronsky, manager of the Fabric Exchange, said the Fabric Exchange was fully regulated in the US and would be available to US customers soon. A digital asset exchange within the Fabric ecosystem, it aims to make everything digital, an exchange where every asset is digital and accessible. He also said the exchange was pursuing a European license, which would allow it to offer its services to US and EU customers in due course. The enterprise-grade digital asset exchange also supports derivatives and allows for the tokenization of real-world assets, including art, real estate, collectibles, and more. All right, great stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's what's coming is really exciting. Really exciting, I do have to say. Let's just see what they've said about the UK watchdog. Warns again. The UK financial watchdog has issued a warning against more than 100 digital currency companies that it says have been operating in the country without the required licensing. Yeah, I went through this the other day. Yeah, they need to step up their mark. All these shitcoin enterprises. My goodness. Let's see what else there was. Look at this. Bitmain suspends minor orders as supply booms. What is this? Mining hardware manufacturer Bitmain has reportedly halted global spot sales of its mining rigs amid substantial selling volumes on the second-hand market and ongoing pressure from authorities in China to crack down on block reward mining operators in the country. The news comes against the backdrop of a wider clampdown on mining activities by local authorities in China at a time of growing supply of used mining equipment across international markets. In freezing the sales, Bitmain says it is attempting to prevent customers from incurring losses on new machines, which with prices for new units in free fall. Oh dear, oh dear. There's going to be a new market for miners then. as well as protecting themselves from sustaining more significant losses over the long term due to the flood of second-hand devices entering the market. So this will be the larger miners buying the mining stock from the smaller miners who are just finding it not profitable anymore because they can't compete. Wow. A spokesperson for Bitmain said the firm would continue to deliver devices in the future for those used in mining smaller altcoins. Really? Though stopped short of giving a commitment as to when ordinary sales might resume. The news will be a blow to those with mining equipment on order or those who had intended to bolster their mining setups with new units from Bitmain and other miners. Whoa. After Lee, founder at mining firm Sire Technologies, which had secured investment from Bitmain, said the move was a response to significant downside pressure from the second-hand market in mining equipment. Some devices are even selling for less than a third of their original resale price, reflecting the plummeting values on speculative BTC markets since it hit highs of around $64,000 back in April. A fall in ASIC mining prices followed substantial price drops in NVIDIA GPUs, which have fallen by as much as 2/3 since June of this year, echoing the drops elsewhere in the market. Wow. Kana sets up shop in Kazakhstan. Similar pressures have come to play on rivals Kana Creative, which has set up operations in Kazakhstan in a bid to avoid the increasingly tight approach of authorities in China. It comes as part of the company's broader strategy for operating out of the country, which began earlier this month with the opening of its first overseas service centre. Chairman and CEO Nangeng Zhang said the move would be net benefit for the firm's financial performance. I wonder if they're just a mining firm or actually they're producing mining sort of ASIC miners. Let's see if we can find out. The move from both Kana and Bitmain come in the wake of intensifying pressure from authorities in China. Yeah. Like I said, maybe this major mining pool BTC.com became the latest to move its operations to the country, with this first batch of miners landing in Kazakhstan at the start of this week. Interesting times, people in this space. Yes, indeed. Just watch out for everything. Jeepers. I don't think there was anything else that I saw on CoinGeek. Yeah, seen those press releases. Yeah, seen all those. Is that blockchain for governments initiative? Oh yeah, the Middle East and events, interviews. Yeah, I think that was it. Alrighty, nice one. CoinGeek. Next was Cointelegraph. So, wasn't really. I mean, basically, Cointelegraph don't have a clue what Bitcoin is. Yeah, most of their articles are all about the price movements and stuff. Beating Bitcoin: why some traders don't care about USD prices. Yeah. All right. Let's see what this says. There are always two components to each altcoin price. One is the coin's own characteristics, fundamentals, investor sentiment towards the asset, liquidity and trading volume, among many others. Is that it? Liquidity and trading volume? Dear, oh dear. They have no idea what fundamentals are. Another powerful factor, the one that often renders any altcoin-specific dynamics irrelevant, is Bitcoin's performance. Like it or not, when the king of cryptocurrency soars, there is room on the shabbiest shitcoin to punch way above their weight. When BTC tumbles, even the sturdiest alts can take a proportional hit. It's a question of knowing which is which. Oh, I can't be asked. Absolute crap. Talking absolute bollocks. I don't think there's anything else I saw on here. Cryptocurrencies, the future of futures. Seriously, DeFi not bothered. Altcoin Random not bothered. XRP not bothered. Crypto traders say negative funding rates are a buy signal, but are they? Who cares? Yeah. Dear oh dear. CoinDesk, yeah, didn't really see anything on there either. Decrypt Amazon, $1 billion DAO. Yeah. While Bitcoin, Ethereum dip, Coinbase lists. Is that Cello rises? Oh. Sotheby's auctions first 5 CryptoPunk prints. Oh my god. Bitcoin falls not. Who cares about price? Bitcoin Ethereum tank as $4 billion. Options expire. Here's why. Again, all speculation. The whole lot. Crypto potatoes. So Melton Demore sees currency collapse. Sees current collapse of crypto markets as a correction that will enable paper hands. Oh, who cares? Who cares? Not bothered about that. That was that one. CoinGate again. I mean, a lot of these, all these magazines, online magazines, are written by the same people, so it's the same articles, just kind of like rewritten on re-released. Check this one though on BCH News. John McAfee's death ignites dead man switch theory. Widow says he was not suicidal. At age 75, the former antivirus tycoon and cryptocurrency advocate John McAfee passed away by reported suicide. McAfee was a wild and charismatic man, but prior to his death, he was facing tax-related charges and extradition to the United States. For the last few days, the internet has seen myriad theories and assessments of McAfee's wild rollercoaster of life and death. Jeffrey Epstein's conspiracies and a dead man switch theory follows McAfee's death in Spain. 3 days ago, Bitcoin.com news reported on the death of John McAfee after the Catalan Justice Department in Spain announced his alleged suicide. It just sounds dodgy as hell. Prior to McAfee's reported death, the Spanish High Court ruled in favour of the US government's attempt to extradite him. Spanish officials told the newspapers El País that everything pointed to suicide, as it would do. However, when the news went viral on the web, many said they believe McAfee would never take his own life, and the speculation about a dead man switch conspiracy theory began to circulate. Basically, a dead man switch is a switch that is activated when the human operator is either dead or incapacitated in some way. John McAfee's death has been tied to QAnon theories following the alleged suicide of McAfee's Instagram post. Instagram posted a picture of the letter Q, raising a lot of suspicions. However, McAfee has said in the past the Instagram account is not associated with him, and the Q post has since been deleted. One theory spreading around various circles is that McAfee had evidence against the US government and a number of global bureaucrats. On October 15, 2020, from a Barcelona jail, McAfee tweeted, I am content here, I have friends, the food is good, all is well. Know that if I hang myself, a la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine. Here, right there. McAfee's Epstein reference refers to the convicted sex offenders Jeffrey Epstein, who ostensibly took his own life. Well, we know that isn't true. In a New York jail cell. McAfee's cryptic statements have been the primers for most of the wild speculation surrounding his death. An hour after the news of McAfee's death spread across the internet, McAfee's official Instagram posted an image of a bold letter Q. Yeah. I mean, we get the picture, I mean, they've basically done a Jeffrey Epstein on him. What's this? Omni is bringing the future of music via NFTs. That image there was a BSV image that they're now using on BCH on news.bitcoin.com. Wow. At its core, social media is a web-based communications tool that facilitates constant and instant interaction and the sharing of information between people. On one hand, social media enables socializing and promotes togetherness. On the other hand, it can leave your data open to the world and put a person's privacy and information at risk. Indeed, it can. I was watching a 60 Minutes program yesterday on 9 News, how they were under attack, and that just made me realize that 9 News is exactly the kind of organization who want their platform hosted on the Bitcoin network, where it can't be attacked. There's no such thing as virus software, because it's the data is immutable. If you try and change it, you can see who's changing it and where and why and all that. Yeah, it's just amazing. Well worth a watch. Let's see if we can find it. We go to YouTube here. 60 minutes. There we go. 60 Minutes Australia. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So it was the latest one. This is well worth a watch. Yeah. 2, 1. This was the one. So yeah, when I finish this, so I thoroughly recommend this. Absolutely fantastic video. So if you want to see why Craig has designed Bitcoin, 9 News is exactly the organization that needs to be hosted on the Bitcoin network. So the title of this one was The Invisible Enemy, Cyber Terrorists Wreaking Havoc and Costing Billions, 60 Minutes Australia. I might link that in the I'll put that in the, I'll link that in the description below this video. So yeah, well worth a watch on that. So I think that'll do today. Shout out to Keith Fellows joining me. If there's anybody else in there, just put your handles and paymails in the chat box. Let's do this. One of my favourite part of the days is dinging of the dong. Here we go. Sending money, BIG, there we go. Swiping to send on the way to you, Keith. There we go, got it, great stuff. Elvis Cool Cat, Elvis SC as Simply Cash, alright, just in time. Elvis CC, got it. Elvis CC at, let me just put this in my contacts, don't I? Simply.cash. Hey, swiping to send on the way. Duro is on there. Rock and roll. Alright peeps, there we go. So certainly an interesting few days ahead. Keep an eye on the short positions on BTC. And yeah, riveting watch. Can't wait for this court hearing on June 28th and to see what happens to the prices and all this kind of stuff. Oh my goodness me. Hang on to your hats. It's going to be a wild ride, people. Right, 27 minutes. Hope you enjoyed the show. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.